Salutation, darlings. Azor Wing here, bringing you some more Genshin Impact.
Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye. We're working together after all.
It was so quiet, I wasn't quite expecting. Lots of talking. Anywho, last time was quite simple. The event's over. Last time was an event. And this time, well, still interstice of 1,000 winds. The sound when you click on this is always so obvious. The stilled entrance of 1,000 winds. The gentle sea breeze carries a scent of wine through the bustling port. Yet there are places even the ever-present wind cannot reach, or rather, it chooses not to. Should one choose to follow a secluded path to the tranquil mountain sanctorium, what might await? Peaceful rest or an adventure beyond mortal imagination? Basically, what is this new area called? Wind Rest Peak. Ah, yes, and then there's like some water connecting these areas. But as you may see, we have a couple of anecdotes. So, let's go say hello to our dear friends. I'm very curious what our dear Captain, excuse me, what our dear Grandmaster Vark is up to. Anywho, is he talking to Glory? Yeah.
Isn't that Barker and Glory? Don't tell Paimon Godwin's run away again!
Miss Glory, in accordance with Godwin's personal wishes and the need to keep a small force stationed in Nodcry, I'm afraid he'll be away for some time longer. The reason I've come to see you today is to inform you of the situation and to read this letter on Godwin's behalf.
I am so many levels of angry. She's been sitting there worried for what, years? Like, I'm pretty sure it's been a few years that they've been gone.
My Lady Glory, at this very moment, I am writing to you over a glass of fine wine.
My lady.
Although the Knights of Favonius's expedition has ended, my personal journey continues still.
This letter from Godwin.
Let's see where this is going.
Therefore, I have decided to stand fast in Nodcry and to continue fighting for the defense of my beloved Mondstadt. I understand this decision may hurt you, and no apology can undo the pain I cause. But please, believe me when I say, my love runs deep and true.
She deserves someone so much better.
Deep and true. Thank you, Grandmaster Varka, for bringing me this letter. Godwin's resolve. I can feel it clearly. Though being apart may be painful, if this is his decision, I'll wait as long as it takes. May the 1,000 winds protect you, Godwin.
Haha, don't worry. The situation there is safe now. I'm sure that Godwin will be back before you know it. Well then, Miss Glory, I have other matters to attend to. Farewell, for now.
Varka the Enabler. Excuse me, sorry. Varka ushers you away before you can spill the beans.
What's the deal with that letter? Did Godwin really go to Nodcry?
He did indeed. Where should I start? After my little refresher course, I gave him 1 day to make his final decision.
Grandmaster, I think I've made up my mind. I can't keep lying to her.
Is that so? Good. I may have said that the Knights of Favonius do not interfere with personal matters, so long as the decisions you make do not impugn the honor of the Knights. But I must say, deep down, I was hoping this would be the path you chose. You don't look so good, though. Rough night, huh?
You can say that again. Even though I made my decision, I wasn't sure of the best way to tell her. In the end, I stayed up all night working on this letter.
Sure didn't skimp on the prep, huh? Come on, let me take a look. I'm sorry, Glory. I must confess my sins. Well, I guess that's passable. A hypocrite like myself deserves no forgiveness, much less the honor to remain by your side. What's all this? I don't deserve your forgiveness. Perhaps you deserve someone better. What the heck is this nonsense? Is this your attempt at taking responsibility?
Grandmaster, please let me explain. I've carefully thought this through. If I tell her more lies, even if she never finds out the truth, I would only grow to despise myself more. Could someone like that truly make her happy? But if I confess everything, I'm sure she'll forgive me and accept me, as despicable as I've been. Because she's so gentle, so understanding. But I can't bring myself to accept her kindness in such a shameful way. I wouldn't be able to forgive myself. I've thought it all through. What decision to make, what the consequences will be, and I think I could bear it all. But even then, no matter what I choose, I'd never be able to forgive myself.
Good.
In this state, even if I forced you to face her, I doubt it would do either of you much good. After all these years of patrolling and fighting on the outskirts of Mondstadt, you've covered no less ground than the expedition itself. Come on, how has your resolve gotten so weak?
Perhaps I was beyond saving from the moment I told that first lie to avoid the shame.
Perhaps not beyond saving, but after a lot of time has passed, yeah.
Well, if you can't forgive yourself for your lies, then why not turn them into truths? Embark on your own expedition.
My own expedition?
Go to Nodcry and temper your resolve. They're short-handed there at the moment anyway. So consider this your punishment for not returning to duty on time.
Nodcry? The expedition's final destination?
Go and learn from the expedition forces there what it truly means to be an upstanding knight. Naturally, before your character building begins, you'll need to resolve your affairs in Mondstadt first. Go fetch a pen and paper and write a new letter. This time, I'll dictate and you transcribe. I don't want to read any more of this spineless drivel.
Okay, I'm coming around to Varka. I still don't like Goodwin. But,
My Lady Glory, at this very moment, I am writing to you over a glass of fine wine.
okay, so the letter was basically Varka.
Grandmaster? We don't usually address each other like this. And if I'm going to write about wine, how about the scent of wine on the wind reminds me of you, no matter how far apart.
There's no need for you to add anything. Just write exactly what I say. Now, although the Knights of Favonius' expedition has ended, my personal journey continues still.
All right. I've written so many letters. Maybe it's time I took notes from someone else.
To continue fighting for the defense of my beloved Mondstadt. Ha ha! I really outdid myself with that ending.
Yes, indeed. But, I I still want to apologize to Glory, at least in some way.
All right, let me think. You could add a postscript.
Paimon knew it! Something felt off about that whole letter. Except the last bit. But isn't this just a different kind of lie?
You think so? Well, the letter genuinely was written by Godwin himself, and he really has gone to Nodcry now. As for getting separated from the expedition, well, the letter didn't mention anything about that.
Ugh. So Paimon guesses you didn't technically lie.
Besides, if Godwin were to face Glory now, it would leave an indelible mark on both their hearts. They'd never be able to truly move on. He made an undeniable mistake, one for which he must make amends through his actions, both for the Knights of Favonius and for Glory.
Throw them both in the lake.
Godwin has promised me that once his expedition is over, he will personally confess everything to Glory. As for me, I pray he won't waste this opportunity to become a true knight once again. But that's an understanding we have as fellow Knights of Favonius.
Well, at least he's moving in the right direction.
Even if the right direction is currently the opposite of Mondstadt. Even if we can tell something's off the letter, surely Glory will know exactly who wrote each line too.
Don't forget to keep your promise, Godwin.
Oh, Glory deserves so much better. Like, most of the time, I'm, like, fine with Varka and all his nonsense. But, like, that genuinely irritated me. Alright. We're exploring. We're off to be in front of the neck. Pretty serious. Clear the road and the mist ward on the way. So you can only answer is just need to have him talk to you. About Godwin? Mr. Barker told me that Godwin's expedition isn't over yet. He'll continue fighting his fight in Nodcry. Received many letters from him recently. They're always so long, as if there's something he wants to say but can't quite bring himself to put it into words, so he keeps circling around it instead. He doesn't need to say that much. I already understand that what he's trying to tell me. I suppose you know that feeling too, right? I know what you mean. So I want to believe this time he'll keep his promise. While I will say she deserves something better, I'm certainly not opposed to them reconnecting. It's just... I suppose I am simply expressing my own biases in that I quite dislike bullies. Especially when it comes to the people that you say you care for. Absolutely rotten. Anywho, moving on. Also, I have this. This thing. This backpack will be shown with the current outfit. Shame we can't even look at that.
Navigating the world is a
This I got with the new character. And plant and grow vigorously during the winter. Anywho, neat little quests. Depending on how long
A lot
this
easier
quest
with a
that
few
we're doing
different
takes,
identities to choose from.
it's like I would go over there, but I have a couple of stops to do. I'm teleporting here because it's a little higher. Chilly, chilly. It is cold. Not that I'm complaining. It's been so hot. It's like it's barely April. Aha! I have not yet forgotten my choice in topic for my choice of topic for when we're at loading screens. Anywho, aside from not borrowing sorrow from tomorrow, uh, things you should also not do about tomorrow. Um, make promises you can't keep. I was like, yes, I'm going to watch this one YouTube series. Excuse me, or rewatch this one YouTube series and talk about it. And I was like, that'll be wonderful. And then I proceeded to. And then I proceeded to waste. Well, not waste. The last week has been busy. It's April. There are like 6 birthdays in April. It's just busy. I'm not trying to be obtuse. I just did not have time. Like literally all I have the time to do is just like well not while I'm driving, heavens no. But like while other people are driving, just read or maybe like while waiting dinner or while eating dinner. Read depending on the situation. If at home, I will read while I eat or usually watch something on YouTube. I suppose I could have watched the series then. But still, I want to watch it in its entirety, and I'm not going to be eating for 3 hours. Depending on what I'm cooking, I might take the time to cook and eat for 3 hours. But if it's just eating, though, that's a bit much even for me. It's even there, but who knows? Anyway, so the one fic that I absolutely have adored reading. Okay, officially, the super long one, the that one vampire fic that I was telling you about. Oh my gosh, absolutely delightful fic. And it's certainly been a while since I last read it, but the author updates once a week. I'm whenever I see an author being like, yes, I will update once a week. I'm like, will you really? Like in the past, it's been a week since I've last read. Like in this past week, like I've just been like pittering about like through fandoms and like some of my old fandom stomping grounds, and I just stumbled like, oh my gosh, this fandom that I'm in. It's so sad to see like not quite they're not the fandom's not dead, but it's just remaining by the true diehards, you know? And so like walking old stomping grounds and like checking out like there are some fics that are still getting updated, but most of them haven't been updated for like 5 years. And like I've just been bouncing from fic to fic, and just reading the author notes are just so heartbreaking because they're just like, oh man, I'm so excited about this fic. And it's like last updated 2022. And I'm just like, oof. Or I'll read like an author's note where they're just like, I'm planning on updating every other week. Hope you guys can wait. And it's just like one chapter. And I'm just like, oof. I'm like taking emotional damage because it's like, oh, I love this fandom so much. Oh, I like love this fandom so much. And just this is very tall. But just like You know, I suppose we never did find out what the hell happened to the bird. Jesus, Gabe, are you okay? Everything was just fine before. Right? Anyway, so while the game figures out what the hell it's trying to do, like, I've just stumbled across so many, like, old fanfics. And I'm just like, and like some of them, I'm like, oh, I remember you. And then I'm like, oof, oh yeah, no, yeah, you're never writing again. And just like various things like that. Okay, there you go, game. Oh. I guess I'll help with the loading. Yeah, the letter says this is a second threat now. You mean second? Where was the first one? Your parentheses, we're here. Just the people I wanted to see. Do you find anything useful? We discovered that Sir Arthur was stolen by a woman who calls herself Crow or Blackbird. She seems to have a grudge against you. She left a threatening letter at the scene. Someone took it, but we retrieved it. What? There really was an initial threat? May I take a look? What? This could it be? To the Steambird. Moso's death 30 years ago is still in my mind. Whenever I think of your paper's rhetoric, which initially passes off falsehoods as truth, I simply cannot suppress my indignation. As such, I've taken Sir Arthur captive. I eagerly await your paper's sincere repentance. Issue a public apology and surrender Moso's legacy. Should you continue to spin a web of lies that obfuscates the truth, I will be left with no choice but to slay that Steambird, Crow or Blackbird. What? Do you remember do you remember a phrase? I'm terrible with names. Please, take a look at this first. We received a second threat this morning. The sender seemed very agitated. No, Sir Arthur. Outrageously, it would seem that your paper hasn't a shred of remorse. Having not yet caught the attention of the authorities, I made good on my promise by dismembering Sir Arthur and burying him in a field. Buried with him are your paper's evil deeds from 30 years ago. Furthermore, I've spread the word. Treasure maps or clues to Moso's base shall surely make the treasure hunters come flocking. No? Soon your misdeeds will come to light alongside that bird's remains. Crow or Blackbird? Sir Arthur. Sir Arthur shouldn't have to suffer. We never even received the first letter. It's all Bullard's fault. Fault. It's all Bullard. Just received news that they are organizing treasure hunting groups, and they're probably after Dr. Moso's base. They were only going to find the dismembered Sir Arthur and the unspeakable things that the paper did, I guess. Tall card, I know that the Marishi's Phantom has a file in the case, but believe me, there are things that even you don't know. Do you know who sent that letter? If I were to guess, it would be Mello Lombros, Dr. Moso's granddaughter. Granddaughter? So it's a relative coming back for revenge? Honestly, that would have been the first suspect. Daughter or granddaughter? Some type of relative. Or I suppose wife. Investigated. That's a relative coming back for revenge? Then would see that Crow or Blackbird is a question from her. Question? Everyone, time is of the essence right now. Regardless of the authenticity of what's written in those letters, the reputation of the paper will be tarnished if they are published. Please retrieve those things from us. In the meantime, I will contact Mello immediately. In that case, I have a request too. In a phrase, you know about the clues to Dr. Moso's base, yes? You want that? I mean, I do know something, but I can't guarantee that it'll help your cause. I can promise that I will tell you everything I know after this is over. It might answer some of your questions. Will that work? Sounds good to me. Any questions? I'm ready to go. Paimon has a question. There are 3 locations on the map, but where are we going first? We don't have time. Why don't we split up? Curve and I will go to one location, Paimon and Zora Wing will go to another. Whoever finishes first will go to the last place. Seems like we don't have a choice. Another threatening letter. The second letter signed. Crow or Blackbird. Used to threaten the Steambird, but without Bullard, it proved successful this time. Neat. Anywho, Charlotte. Diegetic music.
She should have been here by now. Is she skipping her coffee today?
Charlotte?
No way! Today's blend is her favorite flavor. She'll be here.
Well, if it isn't reporter Charlotte from the Steambird.
Oh, you scared me half to death! Didn't anyone teach you not to sneak up on people?
I only called your name like a bunch of times.
What? You did? Sorry then, I was so focused on the report and photos I didn't hear you. Still no sign of Clorand though. Is she really not coming today?
Did you somehow line up an interview with her? Cause I thought she didn't do those.
You're not wrong. But if I can score the first interview with the champion duelist who never gives interviews, it'll be another front page hit.
As Charlotte is off to do.
Of course, I'd get rejected like all the other reporters if I simply marched up to her, so I've decided to take a more roundabout approach to the problem. First, I worked out a complete dossier, including all her usual haunts and routines. Next, I'll camp out in those spots at specific times to await the perfect chance encounter. I'm even learning how to play tabletop games, so I can visit the tabletop troupe in a few days and play through a new script with them, and maybe even be the game master. If I can be the game master for a game Clorand is in, I could use the role to build up my rapport with her. Of course, I never ask inappropriate questions during a session, and I never use off-the-record statements in my reports. Ethically sourced quotes only.
Be careful when you run into Navia.
Navia? I heard she's an avid gamer. What's the issue?
You should practice voicing sentient doors and how to keep her from interrogating every frog that hops by.
Wait, what? Is that the kind of thing a GM has to deal with? Oh, that's nothing. Talking is what we journalists do best. If I ever get stumped by something, I'll dazzle them with my professionally honed spin techniques. Nobody'll be the wiser.
Is that how you normally handle things? Wait, so when...
No way! When I speak with you, it comes straight from the heart.
No.
There's nothing I can't say to you.
Aww.
Whoa, gotta run. I need to get to the Hotel de Boer. Clorand might be on her way to buy some cake there this very second. See you later. And don't forget, I want an exclusive interview with you next time we get the chance.
Yes, the one ethical reporter in all of history. No, I'm joking. We just certainly need more of them. What do I even use those for? I don't know, but I need more of them. Why not? Oh, whoa. Hello. Some fresh fruit. You know, one of these days, I'm just going to take the day as a genius invocation TCG day. And I'll eventually have I'll just go around fiddling with teams. It's like genius invocation. It just takes so gosh darn long. You know, like you're doing it forever. Third Moon Hall. Okay, back to me chit-chatting about various things. You know, aside from rewandering aside from wandering in once bustling and lively towns, in lovely and lively, former lively in this case, lively town fandom towns. Oh my gosh, this it's it's always heartbreaking to see a fandom just slowly become like a ghost of itself when like whatever media it is has come to an end and like the hype like just sort of where it's like as whatever like show you're watching or like movie like stops being in theaters like after a few months of it ending, maybe a few years if you're lucky, to just like watching it slowly just crumple. I'm just like, why are you leaving? Just because the show's over doesn't mean the fandom is. Like, are you kidding? The blank space beyond the original media is where fandom lives. And if you're like, oh, but it's got to be so close to the source material, those are just the plot holes. Lovely little pockets. But, like, if they weren't there, if there wasn't missing space, where else would fandom be? Although I do suppose that fan art is more, but that's more like snapping pictures of it. Not quite living in the bones of it. Anywho, so back to this one fic that I've been oh so delightfully reading. There's actually 2 chapters because like literally the day after the day after I had talked about the other one, it was updated. And I was like, oh my god. And then a week has passed. Like, it's been like it's been like a week or so that has passed. And oh my gosh, I love this fic. Okay. So let's see. If I recall, what I ended on was me dreading the next chapter because our dear MC was about to be cursed, and I'm just like, oh no. I'm like, what's gonna happen to everyone? I miss them already. They're not even gone. Anywho, so chapter 3. This is chapter 3. Chapter 1. Chapter 1 was a very interesting start, setting up the dread, but also setting up the like baseline of the character. Not a coward, and very protective of the found family that they have. Aww. Chapter 2 was collecting his most recent found family. Very sweet. Very delightful. Was I really able to get all of them? I really was. And then chapter 3. Oh wait, no. Chapter 3 was not the chapter where they were about to get cursed. That's chapter 4. Spoilers. Chapter 3 is. Chapter 3 is basically putting a target on our MC's back. Because, like, before, they were just, like, under watch. And, like, centuries have been going by. Like, how long? Like, 500 years? Like, 500 years, yeah, I think it was. 500 years, give or take, of this character being under watch from this, like, grand old coven. And, like, 500 years of our MC just, like, being, these guys are kind of hypocrites. Because they're very much leading by might makes right. If you don't have if you can't take power by force, then it's like, then basically the thought is, do you even deserve to have the power that you have? Then you don't deserve power, essentially. If you can't take, if you can't take the, If you can't force your way to the top, you don't belong there. Is essentially what the old ones are. To be fair, like this one leader guy of this like of the oldest vampire cousin coven is pretty much just like is just the oldest vampire by far. Like literally no one has any idea on how old they are. Like, and the older a vampire gets, the more powerful they tend to be. And just like elder vampires are a very terrifying thing in this fandom. Which is coincidentally what by the time of, or not counting the 600 years? 600 years?
Oh,
5,
that
6, 7
smells
years.
great! Do we make it in time for Columbina's mealtime again? Huh. Are those Kuhenki lining up? For soup that Columbina's serving?
Why are we coming from this way? The gate's that way.
Just a moment.
Like if we were over here, I would understand. This is a bowl.
Wow! This is really good! Refreshing, tasty fruit soup. Paimon's never had anything quite like it!
A fruit soup.
Another serving?
Make that too!
Are you learning to cook?
Yes. I
Time.
asked Anefa for some basic recipes, and I've made several attempts. The Kuhenkian animals have both responded quite positively.
Having any issues in the kitchen?
Well, my sleeves are too wide. They brush against the pot if I'm not careful.
So it's not the cooking itself that's giving you trouble.
I struggle somewhat with making desserts, though.
Oh?
You have to get the temperature and proportions just right.
Ah, yes. Cooking is an art. But baking is chemistry. when it comes to desserts, like that is chemistry. Regular cooking though, like, are you kidding? I'll have a recipe and then I'll be like, okay, the recipe's fine. I'm going to adapt it to my taste. And I adapt so many parts of it. Must not have cooked much for yourself in the past then. Besides, desserts and snacks are particularly hard to get right if you're working solo. Would you like me to help?
Sure. Let's start with crumb kake, shall we?
Sure. Sometime later.
Would you like to try one?
Shout out. Oh wow, the first bite probably soured my face into a prune. And after you swallow some, the sweetness resurfaces. Maybe it gets better once you're used to it.
What do you think?
Passable, but there is room for improvement.
Did Paimon miss anything?
Try this real quick, would you?
It's so sour! What are you trying to do to Paimon?
The aftertaste is pretty good, though.
It's all about the initial taste! Couldn't one of you have warned me to take a smaller bite? If you hadn't said anything, Paimon would have thought this was a prank. Watching people's faces pucker or something.
Okay. Let me try again.
More time passes.
Here. Try this batch.
Oh, this is way better. You delicious. Sure learn fast.
Really? Paimon wants some too! That's the stuff! Oh, so tasty!
So tasty.
Good enough to be given as a gift?
Oh?
Totally! Wait, did you learn how to cook and make crumb kake because you wanted to make a present for someone?
Yes. For my friends.
That's a great idea.
Do you still remember the first time you came here together? You had prepared some food for me. Though the food couldn't do much to replenish the power I had lost, eating it did make me feel more relaxed.
I did not give it much thought then, but now I understand. The time and effort put into carefully preparing food by hand is what gives it soul. What I enjoyed was not simply the food itself, but the warmth and kindness in the hands that made it. And the less those hands seek reciprocity, the greater the warmth and kindness required to match it in turn. Oh, Paimon's gonna blush if you go on like that. To be honest, we were at least kinda hoping to get on your good side back there.
But things are different now. If there's anything you'd like to eat, just say the word.
Indeed. But now that I understand all this, I'd like to do a little more. It's a wonderful feeling. Would you come with me to visit our friends?
Sure.
Apart from the crumb kake, I have also prepared a few other gifts. But they must be sent in secret. What? In secret? If you don't mind Paimon asking. Well, you've always been the ones to pleasantly surprise me. I'd like to see how my friends will react when the tables are turned.
Do you find it funny and kind of sad that Nephers knows one of them? Oh dear.
Phew! We were running all over! Finally done!
Aw.
Their reactions were kind of surprising, though. Some didn't even realize they were gifts from you, Columbina.
I know, just got straight to snacking.
It's fine. I expected as much. What's important is that they were happy to receive the gifts. In that case, Llama definitely knew the crumb kakes and wreath on her desk came from you. Paimon can understand her being hesitant about wearing the wreath, but seriously, she stared at the crumb kakes for a good 10 minutes and still couldn't bring herself to eat one.
I was getting worried she might enshrine them.
It seems Yehoda got quite the fright, though. Perhaps we shouldn't have slipped the gifts directly behind her.
He almost jumped out of her skin.
Maybe she's just naturally more alert? Still, she seemed to calm down when Asher came over to pot the scratching post you sent. As for our other friends who aren't in Nodcry, I'm counting on you to deliver their gifts.
Aww. This is. I must say, you're quite good at preparing presents.
Here.
Huh? Aww.
Ooh! Is it finally our turn? Huh? Candies? Paimon thought we'd get crumb kakes like everyone else! Well, you already had some of those while taste testing. Some variety is nice, don't you think?
They're really good too. Better even than the Moonbear Night candies.
That's good to hear. And there's one more gift. Here. For you.
This is a wind glider.
I've heard it said that the skies belong to the birds, and the land to the beasts, while the vast space between the two is reserved for adventurers wearing wing gliders.
Aww.
With this by your side, may your path forward ever be lit as with moonlight.
It's perfect. Thank you.
And thank you for your companionship.
Aww. Aww. Columbina. New Moon's embrace obtained. Wings of the silent. Oh. Cheers, can I even look at other characters? Like, I know you gave this gift to me. I have to say, it looks best on you. Okay, lovely. It. Kind of matches her hair. What problem with this? I think I gave him the red ones. Oh, this one actually fits him very well. Yeah, I want to see what they already have. Oh god, I'm stupid. Mother. Okay. I think. No. Like, I don't really have a pink pair of wings. I really wish the feather thing would be. Honestly, this fits her very well. I'm pretty sure it's this one. Well, this was. I remember I was being so like, do I give these ones because these match him better, or do I give Mr. Surprise Baptism Mondstadt's wings? Then she was another hard one. You know, kind of matches her. Now you, definitely not. Like she's like an aquamarine. This one. This is what I normally have it as. I think I'll switch to this one with this with her in this with it while she's wearing it. Okay, if I look at the quick replace. Okay, cool, that's everyone. Yeah, I was gonna say. If I had specifically like looked at during, I think it'll fit you. I know. Like part of choosing wind gliders for characters is just keeping in mind what they look like, and then thinking, would they do would they fit that? It's like going in a quick actually. Yeah. But I'm sorry. Just those two. I'm going back to the place. Yeah. This is a very, very delicate process. And then I don't know why, but I feel like the record keeping Uvaki looks like it's glowing differently. The moon returns to the sky, her tender light will once again bring out the bright smiles of her friends. And that's all of the Selena Chronicle quests. Oh, and the moon thing, that was basically like one of that thing, but on its side. What? Lacka read. It takes some of the fruit. It's really sweet. I, I've got to read things before I do, because if that had said please don't take the fruit, I'm saving them for later, I would have been I would have dealt myself some heavy duty emotional damage. So, there's apparently a lunar luscious there. Here. Let's go to Mondstadt. Yeah. Anyway, I've been basically everywhere. But not here. But not to the top of the mountain. Anyway, so the delightful fic that I'm reading. Oh my gosh. Okay, so basically, okay, right. Where we ended off with was was newly turned fledgling, like basically collapsing into our MC's arms because they were the only one that they considered safe. Or Germsy was just like, Germsy was just like, I am concerned. Like, what do you mean I'm the only person you consider safe? And there was like a whole moment, very sweet. Jesus Christ, game, what the hell?
Look alive! Hi!
Jesus Christ, game, what the hell?
Solidify!
Quietly now. Busted.
It's like the game runs smoothly right up until it decides not to. It's just like, what the hell, game? Anywho. I won't even be able to find the fic if I actively look for it. Because I'm just like... It's a wonderful story and I want to get it right. It's just like... Jesus Christ, it has certainly been... And when it comes to this fandom, I'm just, you know, this entire time I've been, well, to be fair, it's like a 2-week time difference this time rather than just like a 1 week. So it's like, I guess it kind of makes sense that my memory's a bit more spotty for this one. Like I'm getting, like the 2 chapters are kind of like squished in my head. Okay, so, because I'm pretty sure we're just like in a 3rd chapter. Or talking about the 3rd chapter. Or it could be 4th and 5th chapters. Who knows? What the hell are you?
Yeah!
Domain Keeper. A shadow construct born from the overflow of the mighty primordial being can monitor and counter elemental attacks, and the Domain Keeper will ensure the say blah blah blah. Good.
A bitter pill to swallow. Taking a turn for the better.
Things are about to get dicey.
We just fight as I was about to press C, I would have been the chunkiest moth for no particular reason.
Gather. Mind the side effects.
The doctor was seeing it.
Gloves off!
Why am I not doing
Gotcha.
Mind the side effects.
Oh, they are pyro.
Solidified!
Here comes the catch. Busted.
Okay. I could about that. Maybe now they're neutral.
Mind the side effects.
Look alive.
Like, I might not be the best when it comes to, like, fighting and whatnot. But it's like, even I can tell when I'm, like, not doing the damage that I should be. What the hell is this? A jar.
Take it easy.
Neat. He's a jar. I don't want to deal with that right now. I want to deal with that right now. No. Oh, man said it happened at night. Something, something, something. Words, words. They disappear way too fast. It's not like there's even a text-to-speech that you can set. Try to catch the... Jesus Christ. Alright, let's wait until nightfall. Okay. It was just saying wait until... The wind has ceased. Interesting. Where we are going, it's beyond the gods. Or at least beyond Venti. He doesn't seem to... Which is interesting, actually. Because there's a statue of the Seven here. Bit more overgrown. Hold on. I would imagine so, but you know, you gotta check. Okay. Oh. I'm genuinely disappointed. Also, the music here is lovely. These common chests, I freaking swear.
And a trove of potential clues.
They just blend in so well. Alright, we're going to investigate a ghost in the graveyard. Wouldn't be the first ghost you've encountered. Not by a long shot.
As we know, there's nothing in the graveyard. Old man must have made a mistake. Still, look at the portrait on this grave. The girl was so young.
There's a sad story behind this one for sure. Are you friends of my sister, too? You guys look exactly the same.
The sister? Ah, so you gotta be the younger sister of the person buried here, right?
Well, are you also her friends? I don't think we count.
You scared the old man at the gate last night, so the knights sent us to investigate.
I see. Well, I'm just here to look for her. I didn't expect that rumor to be true.
A rumor?
That those who go to the sanctorium will stay there, or something similar. In her letters, my sister said the sanctorium was about to close and that she was going somewhere far away.
Maybe she went traveling around the world or something?
No, wait, her gravestone is right here. Sorry. It's alright. Before I came, I felt the same way you did. It took me some time to prepare myself before I could come here for answers. I might have arrived a bit too late last night and ended up frightening the old man. Please help me pass along my apology. I'm sorry for causing all this trouble. It's okay. My mom totally gets you. You just gotta explain it to everyone and you'll be fine. It was a little late last night. I planned to ask the old man about the situation, but he fled without even looking back. For now, I want to look for traces of how she lived her life. Perhaps that would lead us to some clues on why she would. You know what? Let's help you. It's getting late, and the sooner we finish, the sooner we can head down the mountain. Right, Azorway? By the way, what's your name? What is it? Is it an embarrassing name or something? In that case, Paimon can give you a nickname. How's that sound? No, it's just I planned to... Well, I came to say goodbye. Sitlin. My name is Sitlin. Alright then, let's help Sitlin look around together, shall we, Azori? Are we not going to read the grave on which the name is probably Sitlin? Because I'm like, it's genuine. Like, we've met enough I didn't mean to, I'm so sorry. I just walked over that grave. We've met enough ghosts that she genuinely could be one. 50. It's so 50-50. There's so much dust in the bed must have been meant for the Victorian patients back in the day. Also, how long is this place closed? Because this place is ruins. Miss, yes, my sister was here. Like, she might be trying to reach her sister, but that does not mean that... My family members came to apologize. In theory, I really should have had my ground, but guess what? He showed up with my newborn grandson. So I'm leaving the sanctorum. The burial plot and the headstone I bought, they're yours now. No, you can't refuse. I've already settled everything in the lector here. Every inch of that plot is yours. Good thing the headstone hasn't been engraved yet. It's a deluxe model, mind you. You should find a photo of yourself, looking particularly dashing, and put that on there. 100 years from now, let's find each other again in the wandering winds of Mondstadt. Actually, never mind all that. I'm getting out of here, and you're bound to recover soon enough. I'll see you at the tavern down the mountain then. Boor, 6 feet tall and 68 years young. And a sheet written in a different hand. My fellow patients in the sanctorium. Let's celebrate old Bueller and finally making peace with his family. The old man went to great lengths to prove that he was done with them. He even dropped a fortune on a burial plot right here in the sanctorium. Now, maybe there was a genuine shred of resolve behind that decision. Personally, though, I'm chalking it up to a moment of madness, a cocktail of the heat of the moment, brain fog, dementia, and a sparkle of old age paranoia. And I don't mean to make light of dementia. It's a heavy burden that many of our fellow residents carry, a serious contention that deserves our attention and care. Do take good care of the elders in your family. Now that he's made peace with his kin, he's gone and signed the grave over to me. But I don't want it. It's morbid as hell. I doubt any of you want it either. The grave is a pretty cursed gift to be lugging around. Since my lungs should be fully treated soon, and I'll be heading down the mountain any day now. I'm officially releasing my claim on that plot and headstone. First come, first serve. And no, that came out wrong. No one happens to need it. No, that's even worse. You get the point. To my companions in recovery, come find me for a drink when you're well again. Gosh, he's changing careers and never stepping foot in the mines again once he's out of here. Third sheet, written in yet another hand, to my fellow patients in the same town. Tombstones carvings has been my family's trade for generations, whether it's Liyue style, Mondstadt style, or Inazuman Stoba. I can carve and inscribe them all. We're officially recognized by both the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor and Liyue and the Church of Favonius. I'm available for inscriptions, though only until I'm cured and out of here, free of charge. Totengard, who does not know the Gravedigger's song. Ask me one more time, and I'll carve a curse on your tablet. Looks like there's nothing else worth checking out.
Treasure. one way to draw your target out of hiding.
Hello, young question mark, miss? Zetland, were you waiting for us here? No, I think something feels off. Was that always so far away? Interesting. And no, it wasn't. Oh, this place looks kind of different from before. What the hell happened here? Ah, this thing. Whoa! I'm Nyla, watcher of nothingness, the open-eyed. Noble traveler from distant realms, returnee from the sea of stars. Greetings, I bid you welcome. Noble traveler from distant land, returning from the sea of stars. Like, as in, like, one of us is a noble traveler from a distant realm, and one of us is a returnee from a greeting from the sea of stars, or as in, is he just talking to us? It knows you, but I don't know it. As it should be, we dwell within the watchtowers of the world. We were never meant to meet, even across countless ages. So then, why do we meet? Why show yourself now? Natal. I'm trying to avoid saying Natalia because that reminds me of something else. Now, yet I have fallen into the mortal realm for one purpose alone. I beg that you ascend to the high heavens and free the aeons of the past from their inverted fates. What? Huh. Eons of the past from their inverted fates. Please touch the animal arcane statue over there. It's the gateway that leads unto the heavens. Wait, can't you see there's an ordinary person here? Are you sure Zetland is supposed to hear these things? At least let us take her back first. He's like, I see no ordinary person here. Inconceivable. You really came. Yeah. Please remain calm. I merely placed her under my protection so that she shall not suffer any apathetic affiliations after ascending. So you mean we're bringing Stella with us? She has her own journey to embark upon. When you reach the temple above the sky, she will be restored. Hey, hold on. We never agreed to go to some strange place like that. Let's sing that out first. This is not some strange place. It is a seat of government above the skies. Its name is Segment Domain Tau. Or perhaps let us use its last name. The Temple of Space. Temple of Space. And what it just did earlier is correct. It belongs to the god. It belongs to the god who once appeared before you, my creator. Within the temple, you shall find your answers. Please take this with you. It'll aid you in my. It was finger guns, okay. What is the thing? It's kind of cute. A little strange, but kind of cute. Could you explain what it actually is? A watcher does not explain. A watcher observes in silence. Once safety may be guaranteed, it will restore Stland. Just don't assume that we're going. We're just looking for. You're just looking to dump responsibility onto someone, aren't you? Noble Outlander, are you willing to go? There it is again, talking to yourself and dodging the question. You haven't been making sense for a while now, you know? I mean, do you know what it's trying to say? The Temple of Space. I will go. Yeah? Okay, sure, if that's what you want. Then I won't go with you. Huh? Well, where to go? My earlier discouragement has stirred anger within you. Come at me with blade in hand. I await you in the mortal world. Wonderful gift from Talia. It seems to possess a certain degree of ability to perform spatial manipulation within the Temple of Space. Interesting. Interesting once, interesting twice, interesting thrice. Investigate the animal power present. Well, you know, to be fair, I'm not sure what I was expecting. I was gonna say, are we gonna teleport or like how far away are we going? So many levels of bizarre. Huh. Anywho, I'm not sure what I was expecting. This wasn't it. I mean, pretty much. Depends on how much you're on the internet. I am, for this new area, I'm just spoiled for exactly one thing. I'm not saying it, because I imagine that that is where we're going to end. And I personally don't care for spoilers. So I shan't. If you're like, but you're spoiling the stories you're talking about. You know, I was gonna. Oh, look how high it is. It's amazing how amazing the structure's just floating unseen above Mondstadt like that. Above Mondstadt. Interesting. Shed a light. Yeah, what I was saying was, yeah, what I was hinting at is we end up in the loading screen zone. Lind, are you alright? I'm fine. My sense of time's a bit off, though. Like, a very long while's passed, and yet also just instant. Sounds like a familiar feeling. You felt this way before? Must have been through plenty of misfortune, too. How long has it been for you, then? About 500 years? What? Has that much time passed already? Oh no, she's talking about the time weirdness stuff that happened to her. I'm not sure if 500 years is accurate at this point either. As for this time, it's only been about 10 minutes or so. Oh, so that's how long it's been. Say. You never asked us for our names. Ah, yes, when I tried to call for help just now, I realized I didn't even know what to call you. Sorry, at first I was planning to... Well, never mind. I already know it, that you're Zorwing. What about your pet? Peace, emergency snack. Hey, Paimon's not a pet. Paimon's Zorwing's best guide and companion. Aw, can't say that she's emergency food. Yes, Paimon's not a pet. If you're going to make another corny joke, you can stuff it. She sensed my joke. Oh, I'm sorry, Paimon. Well then, hello, Paimon. Hello, Azorwing. I'll make sure to get you back down safely, but for now, we don't have any leads as to how. So let's keep moving forward. Need to find someone and ask them what's going on. How close are we to Celestia? I am so curious. Curiouser and curious. Game taking its time to load. Well, then that means I have time to tell the story. Okay, so... Okay, nothing happens. Or at least nothing happens right now. Anywho, we end up on the loading screen. Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say. When I was talking earlier about like where we ended up. I thought this was gonna take a lot longer to get to. Anywho, Up and up we go. Doesn't look like we can go any further. Yep, the doors. Okay, so it's always there. Just can't walk to it from the inside. But for an illusion, it's nice. Oh, Pam was expecting this huge space behind the door. And we can leave it blocked, so we're not trapped. Anywho. Interesting. Climb, basically in the domain. Interesting. There's with space, select an object, drag it with you. You can control various objects in the area with it to blow space. Certain size, see certain objects. Space, blah blah blah. Okay. Odds are you're right-handed. Yeah, I am. My little sister's left-handed though, so it really was a close one. Alright, Pine's gonna give you a great next name. Let's go with Dex. Who's Dex? Is that what you're calling the glove? I wholly acknowledge I'm attacking the left. That's because I personally don't care much for Celestia. I distrust Celestia greatly.
Treasure.
Yep,
One
I should
lady.
stop running around with Yalen. I'm switching over to daylight, so I won't be tempted. Anyway, the fic I'm reading are memory factor. Interesting. Is continue exploring.
I could make a tidy sum selling some of this.
Yeah, it's possible that the city still walked among us. I once saw creatures like this in the southern territories. And as the life would not dare to speak her sacred name. What might I would dare not speak her sacred name. What might she be feeling? One of her creations has been confined here. Perhaps it is futile in the end. What place in this world is not a cage? It's not moving. Yeah, I don't think they're alive. Run charming at first glance. Consider this lady and degenerate layer creatures were wandering through the seas for a larger eternity rooms from civilization has orbited the mansion. Blood waves me closer to the eternity than my empire has ever risen. And certainly closer to the perfect sphere. Over here? Come on, Dex. Okay. So yeah, Paimon is calling the hand Dex. More instruments.
I call dibs.
Aw. So the fic I'm reading, it really is quite delightful. Interesting, interesting. Snake. Oh. No, no. How, what? Huh? I don't know how I do this either. Anywho, so... Sorry, this place is just so... Fantastic elemental cubes. Sometimes keep the temple space will convey exhibits elemental cubes, which are easy to store and transfer. Will compress exhibits into elemental cubes. There's 6 elemental cubes in total. Like elements, place the required number of cubes and display to restore the exhibits.
I could make a tidy sum selling some of this.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no. I don't have time for this. Okay. I want you to understand something. I suffered from this thing called time blindness. What am I doing?
Make a tidy sum
I
selling
might
some
not
of
know,
this.
but in my head, it's only going to take about half an hour at the most. There's literally the running, like, half joke, half complaint that missing his head. And you know, if this was like at a museum, I would be mad at myself. Memory manufactured small this unit makes civilization by dismantling the manic clusters that can form unitarian manufacturers and offer them to the memory core, blessing the space itself. Oh. Good morning. I have a little more time, but I am saying very much entirely because of my time blindness. I certainly make decisions is what I'm saying. Okay, let's continue. Let's see who this guy is. Hello? What is Genshin Impact? Humans. I thought the uplifting had already ended. More cases like Hilda's, then. No, wait, perhaps you were simply unlucky. Newcomers who have only recently passed the trial of apathetic interval, maybe? Greetings, newcomer. My name is Istora. I hail from the age when the Dark Dragon King rent the sky open. And you are? What sort of age was that? Anyway, call me Zorwing. Paimon's Paimon. Zetland. So you're Zetland. Dexter, you're here as well. Now I understand you must be people of the present age, in which case you have come to reinforce us. That was quick. Also, Dex's real name is Dexter, huh? Is it your friend? No, we call it Dex too, but it just sent me a secret signal. As such, I introduce it using the more official, more impressive sounding name. Hey, Zorwing. Paimon wants a formal name and secret code too. Ah, but now's not the time for such talk. Since Natilda has sent you up here, night, 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 night. Jesus Christ. Since Natilda has sent you up here, that means it's finally our time to strike back. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, we're still confused. Oh, how confused? More confused than I was the first time I looked upon Eschier's paintings? Eschier's exist even here. Does the name ring a bell? He's from a very long time ago, though surely not someone you know. You know what, who knows, maybe he really was famous. Actually, that pisses me off. Why didn't I make my mark in history? You know what, let's just call him Moke from now on. Moke? That feels like she might have heard that before. Ah, no, this isn't the time for that either. Let me ask you, do any of you have combat strength on par with a junior Remurian Centuria of higher? Don't worry, Zorin can beat people up just fine. Come on then, let's head out and show them what Prankerton or Prank ration? Pank ration? Prank. Let's show them what prank ration, or maybe machinera, means to you. Did she come from here? Not used in current area. No fair. Malleable platform. I really wish Dex was equipable. That would be so nice. Whoa. Audio almost died for a second there. Oh. Hello, lag spike. What the hell? Beautiful. It's beautiful. Look, this is center of the center. Look, that is the center of the Pillar Hall of Space. Now then, let us set our course for the heart of the world, a realm unreserved for the old or the young. Rulers or fools. A realm unreserved for the old or the young, rulers or fools. Ah yes, come, it's team huddle time. We've a strategy meeting to hold. Does the team include me? Oh, Paimon almost forgot. Istora, do you know how to send someone back down to the ground? I do. Then can you tell us how to send Zetlin back? She's just an ordinary person. In the past, that would have been nearly impossible, but the temple's laws and order draw close into collapse, making it now a trivial matter. You simply need to do me a small favor. Alright, but it better be small. No, it's simple. Smash a few crappy guards and rescue an old friend. And escort us back to the center of Pillar Hall. Doesn't sound too bad. And you know what kind of god rules this place? And do you know what kind of god rules this place? Zorwing is looking for her. This was once the sacred hall of the god of space, but she's nowhere to be found. After the mistress vanished, one of the two stewards fell from grace and departed. The one who remained, Malenta, grew increasingly severe with us. He did not descend into the mortal world, but he has descended into madness. Melinda does. It's always with names. Because names can be pronounced and spelled however the frick you want them to be. Jesus Christ. Melanta. Does that mean the one who fell from grace is that self-absorbed Nilinda guy? Correct. The watcher who introduced it Dex to use, the one who departed. Nilinda of nothingness. So it really was a big wing guy who talks himself. Doesn't care what people say and changes the subject whenever you speak to him. Whenever you ask him uncomfortable questions. Huh? Does he really talk that much? No matter. The two of them were once divine familiars who watched over the world from the Pillar Hall of Space. Temple of Space selects people and objects from a specific historical age or a now vanished civilization, using them as the smallest possible segments. Once elevated, the chosen are preserved here as living memories forever. That doesn't sound like a very happy fate. I suspect it was not originally designed as an eternal paradise or some heaven in the sky. Still, the God of Space sisters would occasionally bring things of interest to the temple and grant small pardons for acts of change. Oh, Paimon gets it. This place was a spotless but dull bookshelf with the sisters covered in stickers and stuffed with light novels. Then Melinta, driven by his longing for a creator, reversed all the rules to their original form. He began purging everything that had changed, punishing anyone who broke from precedent. I gathered the courage to leave relative safety of the temple's center, hoping I might be able to save an old friend. But my lack of Prinkton training caught up with me, and I ended up getting chased by the guards and hiding in that spot earlier. Alright, that's the introduction. What's our plan? We fight our way through and save anyone we know. Fine. Looks like Melinda is highest up the ladder we can reach for now. Hopefully we can get some answers from him.
Unsolicited, and all the more valuable for it.
Yeah. Beautiful. I'm so tired. I swear, playing Genshin is like one of the things that relaxes me. Yes. I wouldn't say it's bizarre, but I don't think it is. I don't want to rush through this. And if I try to linger, I will start rushing. I don't have the time to play this to completion today. Interesting. Oh, the thing. The memory. The memory cube. Not the first time I've gone around collecting memories in a interesting place. Sorry. I hear the little doom sound. I'm just like, my brain just locks in on that. That is the sound of treasure. Or of a great treasure. I can't wait to get there. Anywho, we will continue onward next time. The sunrise and set is always this perpetual twilight. As I hate that. As I turn the camera, the clouds are moving. Oh, that wig. Like, watch the clouds very carefully as I turn the camera. I'll turn the camera as slowly as possible. Okay, you can really only see it if I move the camera a little faster.
The desert's a tough adversary, but at least it doesn't hide anything.
That is so disorienting.
What you see is what you get, and whether you take on the challenge is entirely up to you.
Go over there? Yes, we can. Interesting. Temple of Space. Curiouser and curiouser. Anywho, my darlings. It's a perpetual twilight, but somehow it feels like the sun is rising. Until next time. Bye.
tomorrow.
We'll get there.
We
we'll get
mercs
there.
have one simple rule. Whoever pays the most is your new boss.